Today we're going to be talking about how to launch a YouTube channel. We got a lot of interesting things to say. We're not going over the ins and outs of like step-by-step, click here, do this, do that. We're going to be talking about kind of big picture, some of the mindset things that you need to be putting into place beforehand. We're going to also teach you some of the steps that you need to take ahead of time. Just have them in mind as you're setting up your YouTube channel, so that way you could be the most successful that you possibly can be out the gate. That's what's most important. All right, Denver, kick it off, bro.
It's big picture stuff. Number one, set up that profile. Let's just get this out of the way. Kind of the fundamental things. You need to have good channel art. You've heard us say it before. Have a good banner. Hire somebody to do it. If you're not that good at it, hire somebody to do it. Honestly, like $5, $10, you can find a good artist. Get a good looking banner. People see that, and when they see your art looks quality, they're going to assume your videos are higher quality too. But also make sure you have a good channel name. Set up that about page. This is something I was kind of bad at, and Scott was like, dude, you need an about page. I'm like, why? He's like, because you got to tell people what your channel is about, right? And I don't know if there's like a little factor in there with the YouTube algorithm where they kind of profile you to a certain audience or something like that, but definitely get your about page set up and get an email in there, because maybe someday you can roll in some sponsorships, right? Make some extra money. Also add some featured channels. For me, I have my main channel. I have a second channel. This is now a third channel with YT Legends, and we're blowing up. So it's like just having those channels on kind of the sidebar and just saying, hey, this is where I'm coming from. If you like these videos, you might also like those videos, right? Also have a really good profile picture. I use something with, I don't like the darker colors on anything, kind of like thumbnails. Like I like brighter colors. So if you can get oranges, yellows, reds, light blues, greens, stuff like that, it's going to catch people's eye and build that brand. Start getting solidified now, because at some point you're going to need a big brand.
Now, Denver's coming at this from a gaming perspective, right? Denver's been in the gaming community for a long, long time, and I'm coming in it from the business perspective. So if you're watching this video wanting to learn how to do YouTube to grow your business, then some of the things that you need to do are going to be just a little bit different than what you would do on a gaming channel. Now, a lot of it has crossover, right? The fundamental principles of growing a successful YouTube channel are almost the same across the board. But if you want to stand out as a business, then there will be some things that you want to do that would be just a little bit different. So number one, on your banner, I always like to say put a value proposition. And even if you're in a gaming community, you can put a value proposition or a value statement.
Like Scott told me about value proposition. I was like, what is a value proposition, right? But then once you explained it to me, like it's good. Sorry to interrupt. Go. What is a value proposition, Scott?
A value proposition is just really like a very quick statement that is talking about what you have that is valuable that you're bringing to your audience, to your community. That's why you're building your channel. It's what sets you apart from other people. So for example, if you are a specialist of some type of auto mechanics, right? Then you would talk about like the transmission repairman instead of being like the whole auto repair guy, right? It's like I focus specifically on transmission. So when you come to this channel, we're going to talk specifically about transmissions. If you are doing some type of YouTube tips for Fortnite, like Denver, then you would say something like where you get all your Fortnite tips, or something like that. Just, I know that was kind of cheesy, but at the same time,
it works. Yeah.
At the same time, it clearly defines who you are to your audience, so that way they know when they come to your channel, okay, this is somebody I want to follow because I'm going to get tips for Fortnite.
Which brings up our next point, which this is really important. If you guys are starting a channel, you don't necessarily, I mean, it depends, because again, I'm from gaming, Scott's from like the business side, the family vlogging side. You kind of have to choose pretty early on what Scott, you ready? 3, 2, 1. What niche?
Niche.
Okay, I was like, wait a second, that was a delay on that one. You guys got to choose a niche, however you want to say it. You have to niche. Hashtag niche. You guys have to choose something, because really YouTube likes to know what you're going for and what your style is and what kind of videos you want to make, because then they'll start recommending an audience to you. So you're going to grow faster. The more you can hone in on a niche, you're going to grow faster. If you're in gaming, mess around a little bit. I tell people, if you're really early on and you are not sure exactly what you want to do, I mean, you have some time. You do, but don't take too much time. Find something, hone in, and get better. Now, Scott, with the business side, I mean, how early do you have to choose a niche?
Yeah, you really want to choose a niche before you even get started, so that you could be doing content research before you upload your first video to know what people are actually searching for. So niches, super important. You got to scratch that niche. No, you got to scratch the itch of your niche.
You got to scratch that niche itch.
So there you go.
I was wondering where you're going though. This is a big one, and we're not just going by like 1, 2, 3, 4 today. This is just overall everything you need to consider for this, right? And we always save the best for last. Do not miss this next part. But coming up, you guys need learning and you need experience. And when we say that, it's like, of course, the response is, oh, well, yeah, duh. But really, experience is what's going to make you good at anything. YouTube is no different. But also learning. Watching this video is like one of the best steps that you can do, right? Watching other people's videos are just learning from them is the best thing you can do. Scott and I call it competition research, right? And this isn't copying. You're not going to other people's channels and like, oh, they did this video topic and I'm going to do this exact same thing. It's kind of like for me with gaming, I can go to a Mr. Beast video and learn what he's doing and bring it to my own video. So it's all about just learning what makes success on YouTube and bringing that to my channel. For example, something concrete that Scott and I both found is Mr. Beast. Almost every 2 seconds, dude. People, he's changing, he's cutting, he's zooming, he's putting a graphic on the screen every 2 seconds. You can do that in your own videos too, and that's something I learned with competition research.
Exactly. So when you're doing competitive research, what you're really looking for is what type of content is working, what's resonating with your audience, right? So like Denver said, you don't want to copy people word for word. You don't want to just take their titles and create the exact same video over, but you want to get a general idea of what people like in that category, in that niche, and you want to be able to create content that people are actually looking for. Because if you're just like throwing things out there and hoping something sticks, then you're going to end up wasting a lot of time, and it's ultimately going to take a lot longer for you to grow. Doing that competitive research will give you an understanding of what people are looking for. It'll also give you an understanding of the style of content that is resonating with people as well, and then help you kind of establish your own style.
I mean, for just starting a YouTube channel, Scott and I, we know how to go deep because, again, we've done this before. This isn't just like, oh, make sure you do this one little thing at the beginning. Like, we actually want to give you guys goals for where you're going with your channel. And that's something our ZTL course does. Of course, you guys can check it out if you guys want to. But really, Scott and I want to show you deep. This is where you want to go. So deep.
So deep.
All right, next up, guys, mindset. Let's talk about this because this is our first thing in the ZTL course. We talk about this a lot. You're not going to get the whole picture here, but one of the big things about YouTube is that you're going to fail. It's going to happen. You're going to fail
100%.
Thousands of times. But really, the way Scott and I overcame that and the way every big YouTuber overcomes that is every failure is a chance to learn and grow. That's exactly how you have to look at it. So if you're failing, that's good. On YouTube, that's a good thing. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to throw stuff out there and see what didn't work, eliminate it, because that's just as important as finding out what does work.
What a lot of people get hung up on YouTube is that they'll put out a video and, the video before this, the video that they're just putting out, maybe it got 100 views, right? And then the next video they put out gets 7 views. And they're like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And they get so wrapped up in the emotion of only getting 7 views. You get wrapped up in that because you don't like to see a valley. You only want to be up on those mountains. You want those mountains to get higher and higher and higher. You have to realize that not every video is going to be a mountain. Not every video is going to be a winner. Some videos are just going to be duds.
That's just the way YouTube is. So again,
that's
be
just
prepared
the way
for this.
YouTube is.
You're just getting started, but be prepared for this mentally. Your mindset is everything. If you can overcome the mental strain of YouTube, which it gets pretty heavy, then you can do anything. You can start and just never stop for years down the line. I always tell people number one thing is start and then never stop. Because Scott can say it too. So many people we've seen, they start and then they quit and that's it. It's done. It's over from that point.
The overarching point that I really want to get at is that if you want to avoid failure, you just remain consistent. You focus on what's coming up next. If you hit a dud, you focused on the next piece of content. Consistency is 100% key.
Every bad video, though, really is just a blip on the radar. Scott and I talk to ZTL legends all the time, and they're like, this video bombed. What should I do?
Focus on the next one.
That's what we have for you today, guys. Definitely subscribe, like. If you guys enjoyed this video, we got tons more. Go check out more right now. Check out the ZTL course in the description below. Like Scott said, the price is going up very soon, so make sure you guys get it now because it is going up to full price soon. It is just, the value is insane on this. But other than that, guys, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Peace.